In the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Triangulum Galaxy, where the light of 1,000 stars flickered faintly against an endless sea of darkness, the Zarkith Dominion reigned supreme. For eons, their biomechanical fleets had subjugated world after world, leaving no survivors and no resistance. They were the epitome of dominance, a species so advanced that no civilization could challenge their might. Until, of course, they encountered humanity. When the Zarkith scouts first discovered the Sol system, they dismissed Earth as inconsequential, a backwater planet orbiting a mediocre star. Its inhabitants were barely capable of interstellar travel. The Zarkith High Council deemed the humans primitive, their technology laughable, and their resilience negligible. The invasion fleet was sent not out of necessity, but as a formality, a routine extermination. But humanity had a habit of defying expectations. Commander Alyssa Vance stood on the bridge of the UNS Resolute, her gaze fixed on the holographic display. The map of the Sol system was awash with red markers, Zarkith dreadnoughts, destroyers, and swarms of smaller assault craft. The enemy fleet was a masterpiece of destruction, each ship a fusion of organic and mechanical components, pulsating with eerie, bioluminescent light. "They'll reach Earth's orbit in 3 hours," reported Lieutenant Marcus Hale, his voice tight with barely concealed fear. Alyssa nodded, her expression unreadable. The odds were abysmal. Humanity's combined fleet numbered less than a tenth of the Zarkith armada. The Resolute itself, a prototype warship equipped with experimental weaponry, was humanity's last desperate hope. "And the evacuation?" she asked. "Still ongoing," Marcus replied, "but there's no way we'll get everyone off planet in time." "Then we'll buy them time." Alyssa's voice was calm, resolute. She turned to her crew. "Listen up, everyone. The Zarkith think we're weak, that we'll roll over and die like every other species they conquered. They're wrong. We're going to show them what it means to be human. We're going to fight, and we're going to make them bleed." The bridge erupted in a chorus of affirmations. Fear was still etched into their faces, but now it was tempered with determination. Humanity's defiance burned brighter than ever. The battle began as expected, disastrously. The Zarkith fleet surged into the Sol system like a tidal wave, their advanced weaponry tearing through humanity's outer defenses with chilling efficiency. Orbital stations crumbled and ships disintegrated under barrages of plasma and kinetic strikes. Yet, amidst the chaos, the Resolute stood firm. Its experimental particle cannon sliced through enemy ships with surgical precision, while its adaptive shielding absorbed and redirected energy attacks. Alyssa orchestrated her fleet's movements with ruthless efficiency, turning what should have been a one-sided slaughter into a brutal, grinding battle. But it wasn't enough. For every Zarkith ship destroyed, 10 more took its place. Humanity's fleet dwindled, and soon the Resolute stood alone, surrounded by an ocean of hostile vessels. "Commander, the Zarkith are hailing us," Marcus announced, his tone incredulous. Alyssa raised an eyebrow. The Zarkith never communicated with their enemies. They exterminated them, put it through. The main display flickered, revealing the visage of a Zarkith overmind. Its form was grotesque, a nightmarish blend of organic tissue and machinery. Its voice, when it spoke, was a discordant symphony of clicks and guttural tones, translated into a chillingly calm monotone. "Human Commander," it began, "your resistance is intriguing. No species has ever lasted this long against us. Surrender, and we may grant your kind a swift end." Alyssa stepped forward, her expression defiant. "You think you've seen everything, but you haven't seen us. Humanity doesn't surrender. If you want Earth, you'll have to take it from us, piece by bloody piece." The Overmind tilted its head, as if contemplating her words. Then, without another word, the transmission ended. Moments later, the Zarkith fleet began to close in. It was then that humanity's secret weapon came into play. The Resolute's particle cannon fired one last, desperate shot, piercing the hull of a massive Zarkith dreadnought. But this shot was different. Encoded within its energy signature was a virulent computer virus, a creation of humanity's finest hackers and quantum AI. Dubbed Pandora, it was designed to exploit the Zarkith's reliance on biomechanical integration. The effect was immediate. Zarkith ships began to falter, their coordinated movements devolving into chaos. Some turned on each other, their systems overridden by the virus. Others simply shut down, drifting aimlessly through space. The Overmind's control was unraveling. On the bridge of the Resolute, cheers erupted as the tide of battle shifted, but Alyssa's expression remained grim. "This isn't over," she warned. "They'll adapt, if we give them time. We have to finish this now." "How?" Marcus asked. "We're barely holding together as it is." Alyssa's gaze hardened. "We're taking the fight to them." With the remnants of humanity's fleet rallying behind it, the Resolute launched a daring assault on the Zarkith flagship. The ship was a behemoth, a floating fortress bristling with weapons and defended by layers of impenetrable armor, but the virus had weakened its defenses, and humanity's desperation lent them strength. Alyssa led the charge, personally piloting a strike craft to deliver the final blow. Dodging streams of enemy fire, she maneuvered through the chaos, her mind focused on one objective, the Overmind's core. Reaching the flagship's heart, she deployed a specialized warhead designed to amplify Pandora's effects and cripple the Zarkith network permanently. As the warhead detonated, a blinding wave of energy rippled through the flagship, tearing it apart from within. The Overmind's death cry echoed across the comm channels, a cacophony of rage and despair, and then silence. In the aftermath, the remaining Zarkith forces fled, their cohesion shattered. Humanity had done the impossible. They had faced the unstoppable and emerged victorious. Alyssa returned to Earth a hero, but she knew the cost of their survival. Billions had perished, and the scars of the invasion would linger for generations. Yet, amidst the ashes, hope burned brightly. Humanity had proven that even in the face of overwhelming odds, their spirit was unyielding. As the survivors began to rebuild, they looked to the stars with newfound determination. The Zarkith had underestimated them. They had paid the price. Humanity would never again be caught unprepared. They would rise stronger, ready to defend their place in the cosmos. After all, they had already achieved the impossible.